Hello, and welcome to another episode of This Is Gonna Sound Weird, 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 Weird. Hi, I'm Dana Louise. This is my memoir. My memoir. This is gonna sound weird because it's about my life, the events of my life, and they are all weird. And in fact, if I hadn't have lived through them, I wouldn't believe them either. It's just too much. It's too much. And that's why I hid in the cosmic closet, what I call the cosmic closet. Because how do you talk about things that I've experienced? You open up your mouth about, the paranormal or supernatural, and all of your credibility somehow falls out as well, like a taco chip. So I'm kind of going off script a little bit today, giving you little updates about what has happened since the book came out, which is amazing. So let's get to it because we don't have much time. Beat the clock. Okay, I'm going to give myself 5 minutes. So about 10 months after my book came out, I got a phone call from a random guy who I think is ex-CIA, part of the Alliance, a white hat, and I think he is trying to help our efforts in full disclosure about what's really going on this planet, in this galaxy. So he had this bologna sandwich story that talked about him finding a file about my dad. And if you can see how clean this file is, he said he found this randomly in the back of a desk that he'd been cleaning out, that he bought 30 years ago. And I don't know if any of you have children or just you yourself growing up. When you lose things at the back of your desk or your dresser, they have felt all over like dust. This thing was absolutely clean. This man also was like, oh, I wish I knew your dad. I wish I worked with him. And I'm kind of like, dude, you just found a file. What do you care about my dad? Anyway, a lot of baloneyism. So here he is. Oh, and I have receipts. So this file is a receipt for me, like a clear confirmation of that I was in, the alien technology swap program. I have receipts about me meeting Pat Nixon, the Nixons being handed a red rose for my contributions to the super space program and other things. At my dad's funeral, a man came up to my sister and myself, and he said, I don't know why. Here's my dad. Do. And he's got a hiney. That's a hiney haircut. And he always said, a hiney isn't a haircut. It's an attitude. Yep. Yeah. And I don't know, was he talking about the Nazis or something like that? Because I'm telling you, the Nazis are still involved. My dad is not a Nazi, not in any way, shape, or form. So please just don't even. I think he was fighting for all of that. So anyway, at my dad's funeral in 2010, a man came up to my sister and myself, and he said, I don't know why they fired your dad. My dad always said he quit very early in his career. And this man said, no, he was fired because he changed the supercomputer. I mean, we don't know why he was fired. He changed the supercomputer. So why he was a genius. Why would they fire him? And in this file, I didn't know what this was until I asked some elderly gentlemen. They said, oh yeah, that's the supercomputer right there. And I'm like, okay, cool. So how did I get that in the file? And I was just talking about being in the flow and clear communication from spirit. Before I got the file, I had been thinking about in my heart about my dad and his contacts with Hubert Humphrey. And there was a part of me that was wishing and praying that, I wish I had pictures of my dad with Hubert Humphrey. We threw out almost, all of his papers, my dad, after he passed away. I wish that we had kept them. I mean, because now I'd be really digging through them. But in this file, here are all these are called proofs. Proofs are what film used to be. And you could look at these, you'd get the little thing of film. And then this is a proof sheet. And here is my dad doing things with Hubert Humphrey. I mean, 14 years later after my dad passed away, how do I end up with this in my hands, right? So what I'm saying to you is that my dad lost his career, but I think he was fighting for me, which is why he quit and or was fired. I think they wanted to put me in Montauk I don't know if you understand what Montauk is. If you know what the TV show on Netflix, Stranger Things, is, it was shadow government experiments with children who weren't exactly, they were abducted. They weren't participating willfully. But I think my dad was, there's a part of me that is not quite sure if I am, was ascribed to with my birth, if I could be a hybrid, because I have very unusual things that happen around me. So I'm not quite sure. I think this is all part of that whole Stranger Things issue. But I think when they approached him and said, you know, we want to take your daughter to Montauk, he said, no, that's it. And so they're like, we're going to destroy your career. And it's my firm belief that my dad said, fine, because it was destroying my life or his career. And thank you, Dad. I'm just putting these pieces together. This is all new for me. And I am learning more and more about myself and who I am and how I am. And so thank you for bearing with me. But I just wanted to say a lot of things have happened to me since the book has come out. And I want to share these incidences with you and the things that I'm learning about. So thank you very much. Please buy my book. I have some energy exercises in there to help you find your divinity and connect with the divine so that you can create and be a creator through your thoughts, words, and deeds. And that's my message to you. So thank you very much. And please leave me a review. Leave me a review. It keeps my book from being number 100 and million thousand in the tank, because that's kind of what they do. Thanks so much. Bye.